Hello everyone, I'm here to show you how to create the spawners and the goal now. Here's for the ball. Here's for the ball. Here's for the blocker. Here's for the here's for the power up. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna create one ball spawner. Then for the rest, you're gonna create a derived C++ class. Here's for the ball. The ball itself, you create a ball actor. You create an actor. And you call it ball power up ball spawner. And you can see the parent class. If you hover over it, you'll see the parent class is actor. And you can see the parent class here, which is character. If you hover over it, you can see what exactly the parent class is. And for the ball spawner, here's the header file. Here's the header file. And here's the virtual void. Here's the box component class. The delay and the spawn timer. Here's the syntax for it. Go down to the CPP file, and here are the includes. Here's a constructor. Creating a default sub-object and setting that as a root component because it's the only thing that is connected to the hierarchy. Here in the begin play, you create a timer. With those parameters, you set in the .h. There's the void that's going to allow you to spawn the ball itself. Here's the timer that calls it, calls this function constantly. Here's the timer. Set to true, set for 1 second. Set for to true, set to 1 second, and set the spawn delay to 1 second. It's going to fire off every second, and the initial spawn is going to last 1 second. There's a blocker. And what you're going to do, you're going to override the ball spawn function. That's why I set it as a virtual void in the base class for all of these derived classes. I create a virtual void and then just create a void. And these are also virtual voids, the tick and the begin play. So I'm overriding it and setting it to the new object to spawn. And also I'm overriding it just in case you ever want to change the timer for each of them. You want to change the delay for each of them. For the power-up spawner, I set it to 60, the power-up delay to 60, the constructor. So you may want to do the same. So that's why all the spawners are overridden. Then the derived classes have overridden functions. Here are the f-factor spawn params, spawn rotation to spawn location. And here's the function so that you can spawn the ball or the power up. Here's for the goal. It's just composed of a U box component, a goal trigger volume, and here's the constructor. Give you an idea of what you're going to use for the box component, what you're going to do with the box component. Just going to create an overlap for it. All you're going to do, you're going to detect if the ball enters the overlap. You're going to add to sum goal points plus or equal to points added. You're going to make this a modifiable value. You're going to get the sum, which is equal to goal points plus or equal to points added. This allows this to be a modifiable variable that this modifies during runtime. If you just put plus here, it won't allow that. It'll just add points once and not continue over that. And you destroy the wall. Adding G engines, add-ons, or screen debug messages, or else. And so if anything else enters, something will happen. Here also, what you're going to want to do also, you're going to want to create a blueprint class. So so that then you can modify the values inside the engine, inside the blueprint class. Here's the ball spawner, and you're going to set the spawning category to object to spawn as the blueprint class. There's a blocker spawner. It adds another category to this because it's a derived class of the ball spawner. Adds another object to this category. Here's the goal. You can, as I said, to add anywhere, you can set the points added inside of the blueprint class. Here's all the blueprint classes. Here's the power up spawner. Here are all the here's the code again. This is the overridden function. Don't forget to override when you're creating a derived C++ class, because if you override, it's better. It's just plain better. If you override a function, you're able to rewrite the code inside of that function and make it different, pertinent to the base class. So whenever you're dealing with derived classes, it's better to just no, override the function. The whole purpose of the derived class is so that you can override functions so that then you can change code inside each of those functions, and it won't affect the base class. If you were to just not override it, the function will just be the same as the base class. If you override it, it'll allow you to change the code inside the derived class, and make actual changes to that derived class. So whenever you're dealing with it, you just override this function, override whatever function you're going to want to override. You can't really override a constructor, so just when you're dealing with classes, don't override constructors. Try to keep your information separated, your logic separated from the constructor to the within the base class to the derived class. So make sure that when you're dealing with derived classes, you don't have to modify the constructor. I'm not entirely sure if you can modify a constructor in a derived class. Leave a comment in the comment section down below if you think you can, override or change the information from inside the derived class. Derived class's constructor and make it different from the base class. I don't know. And if so, you could potentially show me down below in the comments section, because I'm not sure. Um, I guess this will be it for this tutorial on the power-up spawners and the blocker spawner, the ball spawner, and the goal. On the spawners and the goal. There's the final product. All right, well, I'll see you guys later. Have a stay safe during these turbulent times. Have a great afternoon or great day. Bye.